welcome to Real WW Talk. I'm Erin.
I'm Candice.
And I'm Rikki.
I love like all of these, like we've got these little chuckle grins going on.
It's like
Yay!
we're in the middle of some big joke that none of us know what it is, but yeah.
No,
Exactly. All of us. Well, okay. So here's the truth. We're actually pretty excited to talk about this episode, but we're trying to do a quick minute cram so we don't forget anything because it
Except
requires
for
a little
me.
bit. Except for Candice. Candice is like, I'm winging this. And then you have both of this, which is funny because like you lean towards like the perfection, right? So for you to go like, I don't care, you know,
I'll
Rikki,
just throw it back to one of you. I'll be like, yeah, go ahead, Rikki.
We're so crazy. We're so crazy. So a couple weeks ago, we had just like randomly started, actually randomly, and I was the problem with this because I was sharing about a yogurt that I was enjoying, and then it sent us on a mini tangent about snacks and things that we enjoyed. And so as we were talking about, you know, what we wanted to talk about with you today, we thought, you know what? Let's just do an old-fashioned WW. Let's talk about food. So that's what we're going to do today. We're going to talk about some quick meals in a pinch, some things that we like to have on standby to be able to grab and go, especially like this time of year. I feel like there are a lot of families who, you know, whether you have family or not, but it's busy. One, it's just busy because now we're getting ready. We're square in springtime and there's just more fun things to do. But I also know, like, I've got friends who they're in the middle of T-ball. There's lacrosse. If you're over on this side, I mean, lacrosse is huge in the Baltimore area. So there's a lot of practices and just a lot of sports, after school things and graduations and plays and things that people are working towards. So let's talk about some easy options that can be grab and go and that we're not having to, you know, set the house on fire to try and do or our brains. So how's that feel? Does that feel good? Yes.
That sounds
Yes.
great.
Okay. Candice, you go first. No, I'm kidding.
What? I'm ready. I'm ready. Don't do it. Don't do it. You all go first since you have your prepared notes.
Look.
Follow. Okay.
I love how she did that. I love how she
Punish the
did
note takers.
Yes.
I can
Rikki,
go.
You want to go? Okay.
Sure. So I thought of a couple things. Some were like more fast foody since I am the type to like not want to like turn the oven on or push a button in the microwave. So I just listed a couple things first that were like fast food options that I felt weren't detrimental. The first one is the soup at Panera. I really love the broccoli cheddar, and I feel like I can be satisfied with like the small portion. I don't feel the need to get the bread bowl, the baguette. I think it depends on how heavy-handed the person is who's tearing it is, but typically I believe it's about 6 or so points, and I am on the heavier side of the points range, so I can swing that usually. And then the soup, I didn't put the points on here for it, so I'm not remembering. I know it is. It's not like a low point food, but it's not too bad, especially if you have the small portion. So I feel like if you're in a situation where you are out a lot and you need to grab something, I feel like that's a satisfying, especially if it's like chilly out. And then on the Panera kick, I love their strawberry salad that they have. They come out with a poppy seed strawberry salad, and I feel like that's a nice quick go-to as well. As far as like things that I create at home that I feel like have been really helpful in a pinch, I love making wraps. So there's a variety of different brands that I use. One of them is Mission. I know Mission has low carb, and I think that's the main one that I go for, but there's other brands as well.
I think that, their corn tortillas, because those are gluten free. Their
Uh-huh.
corn tortillas, they're 1 point for one, and if you do 2 of those, it's 3 points. But those
Mhm.
they're
Not bad
good.
at all. Yeah. So I'll either do a wrap with something like that, or I'll add chicken, and I tend to like honey mustard type wraps, but you could do a Caesar salad wrap. I'm a big Caesar fan. Or tacos. Like if you already have the meat done and you just throw it in there and mix a bunch of, some lettuce and cheese, sour cream if you want. I think that's easy. I find that if I have turkey meatballs in the freezer, I feel like there's so many options with that. Um, and like a base of some kind, like rice or um, cauliflower rice or broccoli. or some type of noodles. I got some noodles from Trader Joe's this week. They had wheat noodles. Um, and I thought those would be really cool. They were like Thai style noodles, and I've never seen wheat ones before. So having like a sauce and a little bit like to throw in, you can mix whatever vegetables in, and it's even though it's kind of a stir fry thing, it doesn't take too long to put together. And the last thing I'll share is cabbage. I think I shared this maybe like years ago or a year ago, but the best way that I've prepared cabbage has been throwing it in a pan with some chicken broth. I feel like it just gives it so much flavor. And I already really like cabbage, but I feel like just mixing it up for a little bit, sauteing it with the broth gives it some extra flavor in addition to whatever seasonings I'm using. But all those
Girl,
things that
if
don't,
you take a little bit of onion and you slice that up in there and you
uh-huh.
put like a piece or two of bacon,
Mhm.
like,
Ooh.
Like my grandma. My grandma would
Yes.
say, you got to put a little something in it, put a little fat back. Like,
That's
Yeah, the meat adds to it 100%.
so
Um,
much.
but those are my go-tos that I could think of off the top of my head.
Yum. What are you doing for snacks? Anything like snack wise, like anything grab and go to like throw in your purse?
I am a granola bar person. A lot of times I'll have some type of protein bar. The Premier Protein, this is one that's going to be more of like you could use it as kind of a meal replacement thing if you wanted to, if you were like not able to get a healthy meal, but they're like 6 or 7 points, I think. I think it's Premier Protein, and they have them at Costco. They also have them at Wegmans. I think they sell them individually. So that's something I have on the go. I used to carry around a lot of times those little meat sticks. Do you know the name of you know what I'm thinking?
Slim Jims.
Not Slim Jims. A healthier,
Snap
definitely
to
a
a Slim
healthier
Jim.
version of that. It's like a turkey version of a Slim Jim, but a
Yes.
different brand. I think it was organic. I think Trader Joe's even sold them for a
Yep.
while. I have
They're like green, red. One was
yes,
red.
yes,
Yep.
yeah. And they also sold short versions of them. And I used to carry those around in my bag a lot. And it's usually either a granola bar or that type of protein stick.
Aldi or Aldi, as I think it's properly called, but I refuse to call it Aldi because it just sounds weird. They have a bag of the small ones, the turkey
Ooh.
sticks, like the turkey sticks. They're really good.
Mhm.
And I think they're like a point each. And
Okay.
I was going out with some friends, and we were doing something that was going to take us a while before we were going to get to lunch. And there was going to be food at this thing that I wasn't going to be able to eat. So I needed to bring a snack with me. But I also knew my friend was also going to need a snack. And so, but I forgot I had put them in there. And so they had asked for something else. I said, well, let me pull it out. Let me dig in my purse, see if I can find this. But I can't get to it. So I started just laying things out. You guys, you know how I usually have a bag full of food. And so I pull out the turkey sticks. I pull out these plantain chips. I pull out a piece of fruit.
Guys, her purse is like Mary Poppins, you know, the
Yes.
thing where everything she just keeps grabbing. And it's like, how do you have room for all of this stuff?
But he's like, can I have one of them turkey sticks? And I'm like, you can have one of the turkey sticks.
Yeah. Take one.
And the next thing you know, I'm out handing turkey sticks to everybody. I'm like, you're hungry too? Here you go. You have one. Here, have one. Do you want a plantain chip to go with it? You want a little crunchy with it? Okay, here you go.
Only
Always
Erin.
be prepared.
Always.
But the Aldi turkey sticks are good.
I'll have to go there for those.
Didn't know about it.
They're
Those all
good.
sound great though.
The sour pickles, though, are terrible. Now, everybody's got a different palate. I'm just going to tell you, I want to amend that. Because I don't like it when people say, oh, it's terrible. This isn't great. I'm like, well, how do you know that? And it's something that you like.
Mm-hmm.
To my palate tastes, these are terrible. But they're also called sour pickles. They don't taste the right kind of sour to me. So I'll just say that. So
The
it's
only
not
sour I want is Sour Patch. I don't need sour pickles. That's the wrong P. I don't need the pickle.
Yes, ma'am. That's it. That's it. Okay. Candice, do you want to go or would you like me to go next?
Sure, I'll go. I wrote a little something. No, honestly, I have a few things I've recently been obsessed with.
Okay.
So we'll talk snacks first. I don't know if it's a snack or if it's just something that's on the go that's quick. The brand, I'm really been big on overnight oats. But there's a brand that I'm not saying you have to use, but it's called Oats Overnight. And the reason why I like them is because they have like 15,000 flavors, and they are there's 20 grams of protein in them. And they have like flavors like birthday cake. I will tell you that it's a birthday cake, tiramisu, chocolate chip cookie dough, like all of the different things that you could never have. But the thing that's difficult is that you drink it. So it's a drinkable oat. Some people like it, some people don't because of the texture. But for me, it's like something I've recently found that I really like. You can find it's about 6 or 7 points if you decide to drink the whole container when you make it, or I'll sometimes drink half of one on one day.
Are
half
these
on
the
the
ones
other.
that come in like the like plastic bottle?
So they actually have it where you can actually get it in the store. Yeah, you might see them in like Target or I think Starbucks used to kind of carry it. It's called Oats Overnight, but they also have like you can go like through a subscription and kind of try it out. But I've heard like for me, I had to originally get used to the texture of it because you're drinking oatmeal. But
Okay.
once I got over
So they're
it,
all fully prepared. You don't have to add any
it's
water
like
or
a
anything to it.
packet.
I think I've
And
just found it.
that's it right there. Yeah. And so they have flavors for because sometimes with oatmeal, I've only ever seen like apples and cinnamon, strawberries and cream, like all these different things. They have vegan options. They have, it's just been fantastic for
I
me,
just pulled up the dark chocolate sea salt and they
which
say
is one of my favorites. So they have like a whole cult. I'm not telling you to join the cult because like I said, it's very, very, some people love it. Some people don't. You're either going to like it or you will not like it. I'll tell you that much.
I gave it a try and I really wanted to like it. And
Yeah.
for me, it was a texture thing. It wasn't about the taste. It was a texture thing and I couldn't get over it.
Drinking your oatmeal is something that some people quickly acclimate to. For
Mhm.
me, I was able to quickly do it. And I'd say, like I said, it's about 50-50. But that's one that I really like because you can have it. It has a lot of protein. And you can, if you want to, depending on the number of points you get a day, for those who get more points, you may not care that it's 6 points or 7 points. You mix it with your own unsweetened milk. Like I'll do like an unsweetened vanilla almond milk. Other people will do oat milks, whatever you kind of want. You could do regular milk, but you could also prepare it the normal way. I just think that they kind of recommend that you do it the way that they tell you.
Yeah.
So that's a brand that I've been recently loving because I can grab it in the morning and I can make it anywhere from 3 to 4 points if I drink half of it in a day. And another thing that I've been obsessed with recently are these guacamole cups. Aren't the flavors good, Erin? I know.
they are. And I'll just add for some of them, like some of the really high protein ones, it looks like they're made with whey protein.
They have whey or pea protein. The ones that are
Yep.
vegan are made with pea protein, and the ones that are kind of not vegan, they're whey protein.
And they've got a lot just for like some of the other allergen people. All of them are gluten free, which is awesome. Peach upside down cake. Come on now. Not all of them are dairy free, so just to watch out for that. But like you're saying, there are a lot that are dairy free, gluten free, dairy free, i.e., and it's dairy free as in they're vegan, like you're saying. So
and they'll tell you very clearly what is in it. And if you don't want something or you accidentally get something, they'll send you something new. So their customer service is excellent.
Cool.
But the next thing was the guacamole cups. So Costco has them. They're little cups of guacamole that are 2 points, right? I think 1 or 2 points, and they're travel size, so you can take it with you. Rikki?
Question:
Rikki
do you
has her
get
hand
the
up.
guacamole or the avocado mash?
The guacamole.
Okay, because I was asking because I go to Costco to get the avocado mash, which is different.
Okay.
But go ahead. Sorry.
Yeah, no. So probably similar, reason, because it's something that you can take with you. If I have like a few chips or whatever you kind of dip guacamole in, it's something I can take if I'm out with Isaiah and I just want to have something because I don't want to just eat a chip by itself. I want to dip it in something. And so that's been a lifesaver for me. As well as, I mean, fruit to me is always kind of like a given, if you want to cut up some strawberries, blackberries, raspberries. But I also, I always say depending on the points, but the Nature Valley almond butter biscuit, it's 5 points. But if I'm on a trip or I'm going on a long walk, it gives me a lot of It only has 3 grams of protein, but what I like about it is that something about it keeps me full, and gives me some energy because I've been going on some long walks recently.
Mhm.
So, I try to keep my snacks around 5 points or less if I can, and that one's a little more. And it has 14 grams of whole grain. Of course, I'm going to say things to make you feel like really excited, but it's 5 points and it tastes good. Okay.
Mhm.
And you can get them at Costco. You can get them at Target. I enjoy those. I also have been really big on cutting up hard-boiled eggs, not cutting up, but making hard-boiled eggs and putting them to the side because protein, I have learned for me, especially in the morning, is key. So if I don't have enough protein, kind of to get me started, I'm gonna crash and I'm gonna start to feel bingy and wanting to eat things that I shouldn't eat. So hard-boiled eggs have been really, really good for me. And the yogurt that Erin and I talked about a few episodes ago. I loved the strawberry and cheesecake. It's called Chobani Zero, right? I love the strawberry cheesecake until I tried the milk and cookies. They have a milk and cookies flavor.
I told you.
And Erin was right. It trumps the strawberry cheesecake. It's
Strawberry
1
cheesecake's
point.
good.
1 point. And I put fruit in it. I will actually cut up fruit and put it into the yogurt. 1 point. And it has a lot of protein. And for Erin, like you said, you can have it because it's
lactose free.
It's lactose free. It's changed my life. Like that has been like fantastic. I thought that I would never be able to find a yogurt that was 1 point that I thought actually tasted, really, really good. So
there's also Oikos.
I got that too, the 000
yes,
one.
That's the one that I tend to do. And I don't know if it has the same, like the lactose free.
No.
But I believe it's only 1 point.
It's 2 points. Okay. I have that upstairs. That's good too. I mean, a whole extra point. But mixing it with fruit, is something that's been really, really great for me. And the last thing that I wanted to share in terms of maybe meals, because I know we talk snacks, is I continue to say that I love to put like boneless, skinless chicken breast in my not air fryer.
Crock pot?
Nope.
Instapot.
Thank you. With some Mexican seasoning and make like Mexican chicken that I can use in a variety of different things and eat throughout the week because I need simplicity at this time in my life. I need something that makes it look like I did a whole lot when I didn't, and that I can use for a number of different days. And chicken also travels well. Like after it's made, you can make chicken salad. You can put them in the wraps, Rikki, that you were talking about. I like the Whole Foods almond flour tortilla wraps. They're also gluten-free. They're 2 points. And, you can put a lot of different things in there. So I'll stop there. But those were some of the things that I feel have been really, really helpful for me.
I love that. Well, and I also love, I think, both of you shared even just some technique things. Just cooking a whole bunch of chicken breasts at a time. And here's the thing, even if you don't use it all right then, you can pop it in the freezer. You could even take it one step more if you're having, you've got a little bit of leftover rice, or even some leftover black beans or something like that. You could then just go pull it all together and make it a freezer, start of a Chipotle meal. And then you pull that out and you take one of your guacamole cups, right? And add that to it, and, if you've got a little bit of sour cream later or cheese or some veggie salsa that you put on top of it, it's kind of like you've got the start of a meal for a future date. And those guacamole cups can be frozen. They unfreeze great.
Yeah. Yeah.
And another thing that, let's say you don't have time to do the Instapot, you're really busy over the weekend. I found that Costco does rotisserie chicken breasts, just the breasts, and the section with all the other prepared foods and things. I made the mistake of, for some reason, thinking that I could eat all of it within a week or something. And I just was not thinking properly about how much I would be eating. So I didn't freeze it fast enough. So I did. I hate to say this out loud, but I did have to throw some of it away. But I know for next time, I mean, it's not cheap, but it's because it's a huge quantity of chicken breast, and you could make soup. You could make, like you said, the tacos or taco bowl wrap. Like there's so many. It's the salad added to your salad, chicken salad. I mean, and possibilities are endless.
I love a Costco rotisserie chicken. And that's like when as soon as I get it home, I'll let it cool down a little bit so I don't burn my hands trying to break it down. But I'll break it down and pull all the meat off of it. And then I'll take the carcass and I'll put that in a pot, pour water over just to cover, and then I'll make sure I swish out the container to get any more of the rotisserie chicken juice. And then I will make, kind of boil that down and throw a little bit of celery, like, I'll chop up like 2 stalks of celery and then quarter an onion and put that inside of it. I don't add any salt because it's already got a lot of sodium in it, but I'll bring it up to a boil and then take it down to a simmer and let it simmer for like an hour just to extract everything out of it. And then I've got a chicken broth and I'll pop that into, let it cool down, strain it and put it into a Ziploc baggie and then tuck it in the freezer. I'll measure it out so I know how much I have in there, but I'm going to get my $4.99 out of that bird.
Darn it. I'm going to use it all.
I am using it all.
I'll never forget. Was it one Thanksgiving? You were like, I have a carcass if anybody needs it so that we can do. Only Erin. She's like, I'm happy to bring it over.
I had more people it was 2 Thanksgivings ago and this Thanksgiving because they know that I will take that turkey carcass and I'm going to boil that sucker down. I've got a huge stock pot. And so Thanksgiving evening, I've got people texting me pictures of their turkey carcass going, do you want my turkey? Do you want? And I'm like, I'll take it. The richer the stock, the better. I love it.
All right, Erin, blow us out of the water. Here we go. I think our suggestions are good. Erin's going to have something. I'm not ready.
Not at all. I have, Rikki, I'm going to do like what you did, and I'm going to go through like some fast food options because I did this on Sunday, and I don't know why I don't do this more often. I've just kind of forgotten about it, but Jersey Mike's, they have a bowl option, which is really great. And if someone has a gluten allergy or they're celiac, the cool thing is they actually have a full celiac protocol where they have a separate station that they move to cut the meat and make the sandwiches. So the knife only touches gluten-free bread. That's a big thing for people, especially if you're celiac, cross-contamination. So even if you go and say, hey, can you make me a bowl or whatever, if they've used a knife on a piece of gluten-containing bread, well, now you've got cross contact because that knife then goes back into the mayo and you could have crumbs. But they have a full celiac protocol, which is totally awesome. They will wipe down the machine if you tell them you have a dairy allergy, and they're amazing. So when I go there, I get it's the turkey and provolone, but I just get the turkey in a bowl, and I get the lettuce, I get some onions, I get tomato, I get pickles, and then I'll have them just, scrub a little bit of mayo over the top. I love that. That's such a happy meal for me. And then at Five Guys, that you can do a bowl, the burger in the tub. Now, when I go there, I will take my own light Thousand Island dressing with me. So I've got to plan a little bit in advance for that. But without any dressing and just one of the burger patties, it's 8 points, I believe, for the bowl. Go ahead, Rikki.
Question. I'm imagining, so you're eating the turkey sandwich in a bowl like a salad?
Yes.
With mayo?
With the yep. And so I'll just mix everything up together, and like it all just it mixes in. It's really because you would think
my mind is like, if it's in a bowl, it's a salad, and if it's a salad, you're using salad dressing, and I'm in a box.
Yeah.
Right? So.
Well, you'd be surprised like how well the mayo mixes with everything, but it mixes everything really well. It's basically like if you were just to dump the inside filling of your thing into a bowl, and you can do that with any of their subs and make the bowl out of it. I love it. And they even have
I kept thinking, I was like, if I'm thinking it, someone else might want to ask that question too.
I'm glad you did. Yeah. So that's the same thing for Five Guys. It's basically a salad, and I'll ask for extra lettuce. I do the tomato. So whatever, veggie fixings that you want. Cause I think they even have green pepper, and I'm like, I'm not putting green pepper on a burger. Who puts green pepper on a burger? I apologize to you if you're the person who puts green pepper on their burger. Maybe I'll try it one time. Who knows? And then Chick-fil-A, I know we've talked about this before, but we've done the grilled nuggets. I love the grilled nuggets. Now that, cause you can use the app, I will do breakfast there, and I will do it's the breakfast filet, and then you can add tomatoes to it. And so I'll do the breakfast filet. I'll add tomatoes. Sometimes I'll add an egg, and then I'll get the honey barbecue, not the honey barbecue. Is it the honey? It's a
honey roasted.
yeah, because it's
Mhm.
2 points for the
Mhm.
packet.
Mhm.
And so by the time you're done, it's just 2 points for that whole bowl. And they're like, well, maybe I'll add some, I'll just add a couple hash browns to this, depending on what I got going on today,
Mhm.
But but at least if I add the hash browns, I'm like, I'm not worried about adding the hash browns because I feel like I've done so well
Mhm.
here on that spot. So I've saved that as a favorite breakfast for myself. And then for home stuff, I love to make the Big Mac in a bowl, and it's just chopping up ground beef and seasoning it. And I'll season with some salt, I'll season some pepper, and then I might put like some dehydrated onion in with it. But that's it. And so I'll either then have, the lettuce and for me, I use Ken's light Thousand Island dressing, which is 2 points for 2 tablespoons, right? Or is it 3 points for 2 tablespoons? Ooh, I'm drawing a blank. But and sometimes I'll make life super easy on myself. I'll just buy the bag of shredded lettuce from the grocery store. So I have the shredded lettuce. I'll heat the meat back up the next day, put that over top. I might have chopped some tomato and put on it. I'll definitely put some pickles on it for me. And then Thousand Island dressing. Done. Super easy. Rikki, you had talked about the taco bowls. Taco bowls are like an absolute staple because you can do the same thing. I just changed the flavoring of the meat, but I'll mix the sour cream. So there's they do make lactose-free sour cream, or I'll use Wayfair, which is a vegan sour cream, and that's 2 points for 2 tablespoons. I'll mix that with salsa, and it kind of makes like a dressing, and it's really good.
Sounds good.
And then do you guys do this? If you ever cook any type of like a grain or anything like that you make extra so that you can pop it in the freezer and then pull it out at any other time?
I tend to buy frozen rice anyway. Because I have never been great at cooking rice. Like I can do it, and I don't have a rice cooker or anything, so it's just the old-fashioned boiling. So I find it's much more convenient to buy, like Trader Joe's has organic frozen rice, and I think I've gotten it from Costco before too.
Yeah, I love I've done the organic, I've done the brown rice and the jasmine rice, and I love it. And then every now and then I'll just like a fire will light under my behind and I'll be like, I can do this for cheaper. And so then I'll make like a big pot and then I'll like cut it up into like I think they serve it in 10-ounce portions or 12-ounce portions. And so I'll make my own 10-ounce or 12-ounce portion and stick it in the freezer. And the nice thing about doing that is then I can pull it out later and just break off a hunk and microwave it for like 2 minutes and it's done.
I saw something genius on TikTok. It was a young lady who I think she's half Japanese, and she made her rice in the rice cooker, and then she basically got different slips of cellophane wrap and just did a scoop on each cellophane and she made patties of rice. And she'd wrap each one up so it was individually portioned, and you could freeze it. I think that was hers for the weekend. She had them in the refrigerator just in a line by the older ones that she had from the last week were still in the front, and she put the new ones in the back. But you could easily freeze it that way too, where it's already in a patty, and you're not wasting like Ziploc bags or something to do that.
I love that. That's a great idea. That's a great idea. The only other thing, like I keep bags of frozen broccoli and bags of frozen green beans because I find like I can just add them to anything. If I've got a bag of frozen shrimp, that is really easy just to pull out. I'll do like a 1-pan meal where I'll lay the green beans out and I'll mix like equal parts balsamic and olive oil and a clove of garlic. So like 2 tablespoons of each and the clove of garlic. And then I'll toss the green beans in that, put them in the oven at like 400. I'll roast them for 10 minutes, pull them back out, add the frozen shrimp to the top, toss it all together, put it back in for another 10 minutes, and sheet pan meal done. Easy. So
And
like,
talking about stir fry veggies, I just want well veggies, but I want to. Did you know that they also have like containers of frozen stir fry vegetables are all there? So if you're all you need to do is add the protein, and that's all together. That's another time saver as well to go along with like you talked about with the broccoli and other things.
do you guys have any favorite stir fry, like bottled stir fry sauces, or do you make your own?
I use the bottled one. There's an organic one. Whole Foods is our it's a cash cow, but yeah, there's one at Whole Foods that I like. I have to get the brand. I mean, what the actual brand it is, but it's really good.
I don't have a favorite necessarily. I think the last few sauces I've gotten have been from Trader Joe's, but I wouldn't say. I think I tried it. It's soyaki.
Their island soyaki.
Yeah, yeah. And I liked it. It's not something I've gotten again, but that's the only thing I can think of right now. I did try the amino acids because Erin, you were mentioning it at one point, and I think it's just yes, that. And I think it's supposed to be a better alternative to soy sauce, from what I understand. Like
it's an alternative if you can't do soy or don't want to do soy. It's another alternative. And then tamari, tamari is made with soy as a soy sauce, but it's made without the wheat because soy sauce has wheat in it.
Okay. I didn't know if it was lower in sodium. I didn't compare the bottles, but I tried it and it was okay. I just was experimenting then. It was fine.
I think that's the fun part is like, especially on this journey, it's like, just try something new.
Yep.
Why not? Why can't we try something new?
What can it hurt?
Exactly. Okay. These were all some really great ideas, guys. I'm kind of like, I just want to go get a Costco rotisserie and shred some chicken now.
And I just want to go drink my oats. So
I am literally, when we get done talking, I'm going to go look that up and order.
I got a packet if you'd like to try it because I'm obsessed. I'm one of those people. So if you would like a gift,
did you do the full box for $45?
I sure did, and I drank through every single one. I've tried every flavor. Like I've been that person, except for the ones that I didn't want to try. But like, I want to do that. Did anybody find, like, when we were talking about the yogurt the last time, that Catalina Crunch? Did you guys ever see any of the Catalina Crunch?
No, and I forgot about it.
I forgot.
I saw them in the store again.
Try it.
I saw the little packets again. And I was like,
I still got to show you the cookies. I still got to get you the cookies.
I couldn't find any of the cookies. I will tell you, just discovered that Oreo now makes a gluten-free mint Oreo.
Ooh.
Got a package of those. One of the finest things I've ever eaten. One of the finest things. I'm just going to tell you, like, points wise, of course, if you're going to take a hit, you're going to take a hit. But for those of us who don't always have nice things, it's worth it. It's so good. It's and so good.
What was the joke? How many points did you say Oreos were?
Well, the last time I said they were 2 for $5, and you guys said I was saying 2 points for 5 Oreos, and I was like,
I still want that to be true.
I do too. Like, what?
Like that is the best. I'm going to get a packet now.
Yes. It's like the Fiber One bars. Everybody's running to get Fiber One bars because they're only 1 point. Way back when. All right, well, ladies, these are some really good ideas. Thank you for sharing. It's kind of fun to do an old fashioned. Let's just talk about food.
Yes,
you can never go wrong. Like
food, glorious food. It's a song. All right, well, have a great week. Hey, we would love to hear some of your favorite snacks that you're enjoying, brands. Throw it all out there. Come join us in the Real WW Talk Facebook group. Just search Real WW Talk. Or if you're on Instagram, post it to your Instagram and tag us in your story or in your post so that we can reshare. We would love to do that. Any little recipes that you have or, things that you're putting together. Love to just get like a meal thought train going together. And just especially as we're in a different season, kind of switch out the food and the fruits and the vegetables and introduce some fun new things. So we love that. By the way, if you want to catch us on YouTube, you can even drop some comments there on YouTube. Just search Real WW Talk. And of course, the podcast, just search Real WW Talk wherever you get podcasts and you'll find us.
We'll be there.
All right. Bye.